everybody, we're back for another video, and today's video is going to be a plan with me. I have a few things out. I have my Lahit Lab SmartFit pencil case. I have a Artist Loft zipper baggie with a bunch of what I consider fall colored Tombow Duo brush markers. I have my planner. It's an A6 Mystics Little Gifts and Company. I have my journal, which is a documented journey standard folio. I have something new here. It is the Jewish planner. It's a printable. I do have the actual planner coming, which I'll do an unboxing of when I get it. And then I have something new from Pikidori Designs, which I might be just giving away as a free digital download for a while, but that'll be coming in the future. So let's pull out my planner. I'll get all of this stuff out of the way and make sure we're as close to center as possible. So I've been using the A6 now since, goodness gracious, what, August? End of July, August, and now we're in the middle of September. And I've done a flip through of this. I know I've done one on Instagram, and I think I've done one here on YouTube, and it hasn't really changed at all. It still has just all of the silly Futurama stuff, and that wonderful little piece of artwork by Mindy. And that's not going to change because I really love that stuff, and I see no need in changing it. So we're here for planning. The first thing you'll probably notice is this pen. This is a Pentel Energel pen. I've pulled out a bunch of my old favorite pens when I was going through that pen pouch video quite a few months ago. And I've kind of decluttered my pen pouch. I do have two of these, one still in a plastic and one out of the plastic. These are the Pentel Energel, and it is the brown pen, and this is the Japanese version in the 0.5. The smaller, like 0.38 and 0.5, are the ones you can find in Japan, and then the ones you can find in the United States are like this, or where's my other brown? It's a black. These are ones that I've got here in the United States that weren't like Japanese imports. These are the medium, which I think is a 0.5. You can get them, but only in like, you know, this standard plastic design. Do I have another Pentel? Oh. And then you can also find this version of, they call it the alloy. And it comes in a variety of colors: blue, silver, gold, purple. There's like a metallic pink. So you can see I've been loving the Pentel. And one of the reasons why I've been using the Pentel is the paper that I've been using in my inserts is a thinner paper. And this gel ink dries quite a bit faster than like my Muji gel pen. It dries quite a bit faster than I think the Pilot G2. And also when I use this ink, I can buy refills of it at at least the 7, the 5 I have to buy online. But I can buy refills of it just at the Office Depot, Office Max, Staples place. And it just, you know, I'm not throwing a whole pen away. I'm actually just buying a refill. And I have refills somewhere. I think I took them out of here because I had so many Pentel Energels. So I have my Pentel Energels in here, and I've been using brown ink. This one has black ink. My mechanical pencils. This is a Pilot High-Tech C mica. I guess they aren't going to be making these pens anymore, which I find kind of sad. Someone said because of refills. This is the same ink that is in the Pilot Coletto pens. The only thing is, if you look at that, the tube is so thick. It's a wider tube, and I love it because it lasts so much longer. So I was kind of sad to hear that they are eliminating the Pilot High-Tech C micas. They still are making the Coletto ones, but they're just so much thinner, the ink refills. So you end up going through them faster. But from what I understand, Pilot, Pentel, and a lot of the other Japanese companies are getting rid of their kind of disposable throwaway pens and making more refillable ones so there will be less trash, which I'm all for. So there's that. There's my tool. And these you can also buy a refill for as well. So once you have a good body, you're good for a while. This is a Pilot Friction pen. It's I forget the name of it, but it's a very slim pen, and it fits quite well in the what are those, Filofax Malden, because of it's so thin. And my mother loves the Friction pens, so we're gonna go get a couple of more refills for her and send her this, and that way she'll have a really nice pen to keep with her Foxy Fix notebooks that I've sent her in the past. And then just my eraser. I am gonna pull out some Post-its just to have. So I've been planning in an A6 Traveler's Notebook for quite a while, and those are some inserts for next year. I did go ahead and purchase, where's the monthly? That's the weekly. I did go ahead and get the 2021 monthly planning from, let's see it all the way back here at the end, from Paper and Cats. Let me take this out. This was the request that I had asked her originally to make back in June, July of last year, and it became such a commonly requested item that it is now available in all sizes for Traveler's Notebooks. And I purchased it from her in A6 Personal, Passport, Pocket, Standard. I think those were the sizes that I requested, those that I commonly use. And now it's become a standard, which I'm very excited for Taylor for that, because it's a wonderful insert to have, you know, those 2 pages in between each month of grid. So I have that. We'll talk about this probably in a separate video. So I have my monthly, and then I also have a weekly. This is the undated weekly that I've had for quite a long time. I've been using, because I purchased it last year, the A6 dated weekly. And with the dated weekly, you have 4 whole months. You'll see this says September through December. So that has 4 whole months. So there's 3 different inserts for the year. And I've been liking the insert. The only thing is, since the A6 is, you know, you can see quite a bit smaller than my standard size, it's almost as wide, but it's a little bit shorter. Sometimes for the week, I've needed more space than this. And so I've been using a grid insert back here for some of the weekly stuff. And so I'm going to finish using this insert for the remainder of the year because, you know, I have it, I've printed it, I'm in the insert, we're good to go. But something that I decided to do for next year is I printed the weekly insert where you have an undated week on one page and then the grid. But what I decided to do was, if you have the monthly calendar with the 2 pages of grid, if you have this, you can print. It ends up being, okay, this is page 1, this is page 2, and this is page 3 of the insert. So if you print page 2 and page 3 only, and print as many as you want, you can make yourself a grid insert with this grid that is in the digital download. You can also take that grid and print it and do what I did, and is insert one of those pages in between the week. So this is from the weekly, this is the month from the monthly, this is from the weekly, this is from the monthly. So all you have to do then is print another cover and another page 1 and page 2 of the weekly, and you end up with 2 weekly inserts totaling a number of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have 11 weeks in each insert, and you do towards the center. You can choose not to put that in because you end up with 2 extra, a front and a back. So that week would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages instead of 3. But I like this idea because, you know, I can have more space for writing. So I don't feel that I have to either leave something out and put it back here, but I can have it all in my week. And let's get to the weekly now that I've talked for like 8 minutes or so, so you can kind of see how I'm using this insert. So we've got the 0.5 and the 0.7. We're going to use the 0.5 today. So here we are in this week. The paper that I've been using, I've gone back to using a lot of the original things that I used when I started planning. It looks like a Midori MD paper, but it isn't. It's actually the Staples Pastel Cream paper, and I love this paper. It is a thinner paper, so you do have to be careful of what type of pen you use. Here I did some swatches of my Tombos and different stamps and stuff, so you can see that it does ghost. The only thing is the archival ink in the stamps bled through. The Tombos didn't. So here we are in this week. Someone asked about these bookmarks and how I get them in there. I'm going to film a separate video showing how I do this. I did show and share in in quite a long video, but I wanted to pull that footage out and create its own tutorial. So, but since it is kind of a smooth paper, I do use, this is just from Irvine, it's a blotting sheet that I cut down to just kind of fit in here. It's just one of the white ones, and it's brand new. It doesn't really show that much. So the 2 things that I use are my monthly calendar and my weekly calendar. I don't normally do dailies unless I don't have enough room here. But this is usually what keeps me going. And since I don't have like a tracker here in this insert, I kind of made up my own for what I like to track. But I do have here, this is the Paper and Cats Ink Imperfections tracker, which I've only used for 2 months. I've had it in various sizes for over a year, and I just haven't used it. I had some things I had to track last month, and so I decided to print one out and give it a go. And I've been using it, you know? It's come in handy, but I think I've used it because I've been keeping a weekly tracker for myself. So it's the end of the week, it's a Sunday, and so I pull up my weekly. I check, first of all, on the days, if there's some things that haven't gotten done. Now, I do see one thing that I originally intended to do on a Thursday, and then it got pushed to Friday. It didn't happen Friday. Then it got pushed to Saturday. It didn't happen Saturday. And then it got pushed to Sunday, and it did not happen today. And the reason it didn't happen is it is something that I want to do, but it's not a time sensitive thing. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that one item and just kind of make myself a little box, and I want to run to Office Depot. And I want to get some friction refills for my mother. I'm making some calendars for her. Those aren't finished, so it's just something that, needs to get planned for next week. Let's see. Also, there's an empty box here for the YouTube Plan With Me. Well, I'm doing that right now. So I'm just going to write it there and start a check in it since I'm doing that. And then I've actually finished all of my tasks for the week on my weekly chart. And then I want to check here to see if there's some things that I'm waiting on. I am waiting on something from Mystic's Little Gift, and my order from Erin Condren from over 3 weeks ago still has not shipped. So what I'm going to do is, and I'm going to separate these because they are different areas of the planner. So this is waiting on. So I've got my Mystic Little Gift and Co. That will have an unboxing and a video. The Erin Condren was supposed to as well. But I don't know how I feel about that now. We'll see. Would you like to see an Erin Condren unboxing, or would you not want to? If you don't want to, let me know down below, and I won't do it because, I won't. And let's see, that's done, that's done, that's done. That's done. I said I'd worked on the standard TN calendar, and it is finished. It's been printed, and it looks great. So there'll be a separate video on that. And then working on calendars for my mom and my mother-in-law. So that's a whole different section. So let's see. One of them uses a Pocket TN 2021 month on 2 pages. That's my mother-in-law, and my mother, she uses a personal TN. The mother-in-law has a beautiful Ali Brown Joy pocket that we gave her for Christmas one year, like 3 years ago, maybe 3 or 4. It was a long time ago. She's had others since then, but she really loves that little pocket yellow, and it's great in her wallet. And my mother has a Foxy Fix personal, and hers is it's that pink. Did they call it mochi, or I don't know? It's one of those, and my mom loves that one. So those are the things on my previous week that haven't been done. And for some reason I have a little box here with nothing next to it, so we'll just put an X through it. Okay, so here we are on the next week, September 14th, Monday the 14th through Sunday the 20th. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to write in my teaching schedule. I teach 5 days a week, some days longer than others. So let's see. So Monday, TCC, I'm there. Well, I'm actually not there. I'm here at home from 3 to 5 p.m. Tuesday is another TCC day. And again, 3 to 5 p.m. Wednesday is a TCC day. And that is a shorter day. It is just one class, not two classes. 3 to 4. And that's actually the physical contact time that I have to be on Zoom with the students. Thursday is a TU day, and that student is only 4 to 4:30. And then Friday is another TCC day, and that day is 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, but that might be getting canceled. We'll see. Okay, so that's my weekly stuff for that. Now, this week is kind of an important week. I have a little post-it note in the monthly that I'm going to bring forward. This week, on the evening of Friday the 18th, we have Temple, and it is the beginning of Rosh Hashanah. And that is sundown of the 17th, I think. That's why I have my Jewish Hebrew calendar here. In the Hebrew calendar, the day starts at sundown. So, let's see. Monday the 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th. Yes. Actually, what is this? It starts on Friday, I think, at Shabbat. Yes. Friday at sundown is the last, or Friday, the actual day, is the last day of the previous year. So for us, that would have been 5780. So at sundown on Friday, the 18th, becomes the first day of the new year, 5781. And that's one thing that's really kind of nice with the Hebrew calendar is this last year, like everyone knows, 5780 or 2020 has been kind of a lousy year. And so it's kind of nice to have this mental feeling of we have a new year starting at the end of this week on that Shabbat service. And so we have, you know, the first month of the year is Tishrei. And so we have, in the middle of September, a new year starting this year, and that is wonderful. So Rosh Hashanah is celebrated the 18th, the 19th, and the 20th. There we go. So we have stuff every day for Rosh Hashanah. So I'm just going to put them here at the bottom. And of course, I have no idea how that's going to happen because everything is going to be online. So the 18th, 19th, and 20th is our Rosh Hashanah. So I'm going to put this back on my monthly page because this is what we consider high holy days, where we have some of the most important days in the calendar. We have, we actually just had, Slichot. We just had our Slichot Shabbat yesterday, and So then we have Rosh Hashanah, then we have Yom Kippur, and then we have Sukkot. Sukkot is, I really like Sukkot. It's if you were to visit Israel, all of the family dwellings are required to have a space where they can build a Sukkot, which is kind of a not a tent, but it's like a outdoors living dwelling space, because it's getting close to what would be the rainy season, and so it's the last few nice days of weather before the rainy season starts. And they try to spend as much time as possible in the Sukkot. It's only a few days, you can see, the October 2nd to the 9th. But, you try to spend as much time in there as you can. You eat in there with friends and family. I don't know how that's going to play about this year with COVID and everything, but I like Sukkot because we build at Temple a Sukkot, and we would have our temple services outdoors underneath the trees, and there'd be like corn and lights, and it would just be such a beautiful service. And if you wanted to during the day, if you wanted to bring your Torah and read, or just kind of sit and meditate and contemplate, it was such a great place to go. And I'm not sure what's going to be happening this year with all of that. I know they have it scheduled to build, but I'm not quite sure how that's going to play out. So I have my work appointments. My TCC payroll is due. I actually turned that in today. I turned it in early so that way I would remember to get it in, because being an adjunct faculty, you get paid once at the end of the month. And since we had very little in the month of August, we don't get paid at the end of August. We get paid for a month and a half at the end of September. So it was definitely important to make sure I turned that in. And since everything is digital now because of social distancing and online teaching, I sent it every possible place I could with every email I had in order to make sure that it got turned in. Because normally in the past I would just print out the form and hand it to our secretary. Well, that's not happening now. So so I got my weekly tasks. Then what I usually like to do underneath this little task tracker that I created, and it always has the same thing, dishes. I like to do the dishes before I go to bed, so that way we have a clean kitchen in the morning. If the trash has gotten taken out that day, which it did today earlier, the kitty litter, if we've cleaned the kitty litter, the pet water, which I'll probably do again tonight. If we've done laundry that day, I just like to see, how many days it's been since we did laundry, so we don't have a, oh no, I have no underwear accident. And then when Seamus gets walked, and Daddy Chad walks him every morning, so that's usually his task. But the next thing I like to put here is like items that I'm waiting on. And I usually just write waiting on and do that. So the two things we were waiting on is the Mystics Little Gift and Company. That's my code. It's an Atlas leather. My Erin Condren. Like I said, if you want to see an unboxing of what I got from Erin Condren, let me know. I'm not so sure how I feel about that. Plan With Me is happening right now. So you can see that I use that for waiting on, and then just for some like weekly tasks that I need to do. Like those I'm working on, they're in progress, but they're not done. And those are done. And so for right now, I'm going to set this right here because this will get checked off soon. And so that's kind of really what I do in my weekly planner. Something I might do, like I've done this in the past in my monthly planner, is when one of the holidays occurs, I will get a pen for a marker. And what color do I want to use for Rosh Hashanah? One of these. Here, let's go back and look and see what they look like on this paper, because that will really be the deciding factor. Like that 026 is one of my favorite. It's kind of like a yellow ochre. Yeah, let's grab that one. It seems very autumnal. And something that I do is, if you look at these Tombow markers, they're like printed on, and you can see how you can easily scratch that off. So what I do is where the actual number of the marker is, I put a little piece of Scotch tape over it so it can't rub off, because some of my favorite markers, it's rubbed off and I had no idea what they were, and so I had to take them with me to the Michaels, and yeah, it was a mess. So save yourself the trouble and put it there, because see how that AB comes off really easily. Yeah, I've got 2 or 3 of these, so we're good. So let's mark in the monthly, and all I'm going to do is use the brush tip, and since it's the 18th through the 20th, I'm just going to do a small line down there. And then just so you can see this paper, see, it ghosts, but it doesn't bleed through. And that I like. The mild liners with this paper tend to bleed through. Like you can see here, all of these little dots. And this is just from the point and just going dab. So there's that, and I'm going to write just over it, Rosh Hashanah, the 18th through the 20th. And so there, that's how I would write Rosh Hashanah. Now, what we could do also is for Yom Kippur, that's the 27th and the 28th. And then the next holiday, Sukkot, is not until the beginning of October. So I'm going to put this right here. And write Yom Kippur. So we have our New Year, and then we have our Day of Atonement. We have all of that stuff, which you can look it up if you're interested. You're probably not. So there we are. So my monthly has been updated. There we go. My weekly chart here. Here is my week we just did. And what this is, some people have asked, it's just scrap paper from cutting down an insert. I just put a little piece of paper on it, use my corner rounders, and it's not laminated, it's actually packing tape that I've put on it, and I'll do a separate video on that. All I do is slide it in between where the staples are. So here on the back side of the insert, it comes through, and it can only go as high or as low as the staples are. And I cut it so it sticks out just a little, so I can open up right to the week. I hope all that was on the... See? So that's the weekly planning in my planner to get things ready for the next week. Now, what I'll also do is, when I'm done with that, I'll pull out my journal, and I've got 2 things in here. I have an insert, a dated September through December of 2020, and I've been using this type of an insert for kind of like just a little bit of journaling each week. Sometimes I put washi or stickers down. Here we are in this week. I put some like washi stickers, some Job's tape, some little printables that I did. And see, sometimes I just leave it without the little thing, and that's just hangover of the packing tape. And I sometimes check to see if I have any room here, if I have time for journaling, and I've got like space either on the day or down here, I will finish that up. Or if I don't feel like the mood for that, I'll put down some of my stickers that I've made, or I will, you know, put down some washi tape or a little doodle. But this week we're done. So what I'm going to do is move this. Same thing with the other. The staples are here and here. And so I'm just going to slide that in. And it hangs out just a little bit. And this is one of the sleeves, the plastic sleeves that this pen came in. Yeah, it's the, you can see it's the Japanese import. And I might just kind of glue that down. We'll see. So I'm ready for next week journaling. And then I want to come back here to my actual journal. This was an MD Notebook A5, you know, with the beautiful cream grid paper that I decided to cut down. And it started its life as a bullet journal, but then became just a journal when I got this wonderful notebook cover to use. And I did journal yesterday. I haven't journaled today, and I'm not sure that I'm going to, so we'll leave that there. Oh, something I did want to show you. This is something that the husband got me. It's a body leaf, and it's from Bodh Gaya, and it's been laminated and made into a bookmark, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but I've been keeping it back here in the back of my journal. So, and I think I'm going to take these out because it's put an extra little crease in there. So there we are. That's what I do planning-wise on a Sunday in order to make sure that I'm, you know, set for the coming week. So there you go. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below, and I will get back with you as soon as I can. If you have any questions about any of the items that I've shown, you know, again, ask below. I will try to put a list up. I do not have any Amazon affiliate codes. I think 90% of these items you can get at Amazon. The only things you can't get at Amazon are the Mystic's Little Gift and the Documented Journey notebook cover. And this is Artist Loft, so it's Michael's. But these little zipper pouches you can find anywhere. So there we are. Like I said, if you have any questions, leave a comment down below. And if you liked this type of a video, you know, let me know. Do you want to see more of this? Do you want to see less of this? Let me know what you are interested in seeing about my process. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.